everyone. This is Eric from Alpha Advisors here today with another What Is video. This today will be about an online MBA. I have Emmy from Alpha Advisors, my colleague, joining us today. Hello, Emmy. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you? I'm Amy. I work in Alpha Advisors, mainly in Japan. Yeah, today.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Sammy. Thanks for joining us today. As always, like and subscribe if you're interested in everything MBA and working and post-MBA career. We'll be putting out content frequently to talk about that to help you win your admission to your dream school and your job. As always, we are expanding globally. So if you have obtained an MBA and if you're interested in sharing your expertise, sharing your experience to those who are trying to walk the path that you've already walked, come chat with us. We're looking for more people to work with come on board as an advisor. So the link is in the description below, and that will lead you to our website where you can find out more about it. Okay, so today our topic is going to be about an online MBA. So what is an online MBA, right? What is the difference between the traditional MBA? What's the cost, right? What's the main differences that are out there? And why would you get an online MBA as opposed to a part-time MBA or a full-time MBA, and etc. So an online MBA fundamentally is a different product than a traditional MBA. I mean, you'll get an MBA once you're done with it, yes, which is a Master's of Business Administration degree focused on everything management, geared towards generalized management, right? The main difference is that online MBA there comes with flexibility, right? You don't have to be on site to do your academic studies if family circumstance or job circumstance sometimes doesn't allow people to do that. So that's why there's that attractiveness to that with the online portion. An online MBA degree is typically is the same in terms of the degree. It's the exact same thing as in traditional MBA. All right, you'll get the same type of degree certification. You can write an MBA. There's no need to write an online MBA on your resume or anything like that. It is an MBA, and companies will view it as an MBA holder, and there's nothing different in the exterior. There are, however, a huge difference in the interior, right? Your experience of the MBA is completely different. And that's what we'll talk about a little bit more about next point. The difference between traditional MBA. Okay, so Emmy, I have a question for you. From what you understand right now, what do you think is the difference between a traditional MBA and an online MBA? Oh, you're muted right now, by the way.
Thank you. So the biggest difference between traditional MBA and online MBA is for the candidate. They quit their job and go to the school or continue their job during the MBA period.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely. Many people have to quit their jobs in order for them to go do a traditional MBA. And oftentimes that's the hard part, right? Whether to incur that opportunity cost of quitting your job for the next 2 years, right? Potentially not getting promoted, giving up that salary, and etc. Versus going on to essentially investing in yourself to get an MBA and hope that you'll come out successful from it, right? So there are a couple, in addition to what you just said, there are a couple of more differences in it versus traditional online MBA. One is a cost, okay, price point. Mm-hmm. A top MBA program, let's just say you've top 30 MBA programs, at least costs cost around $100,000 in tuition for the whole 2-year program. Okay, that is different from, of course, in addition to that, you'll need to have a living cost, right, for the next 2 years. Now, and typically as you go up the rankings, right, top 20, top 10, top 3, the tuition also tends to go up. So I think it goes up to about $150,000 or so in 2 years, right? That's the traditional MBA landscape. Online MBA is quite different. Okay, it's much cheaper in that sense, and this is why. And let me see if I can bring up this article from Poets and Quants here. So you see here, this is an article that they wrote, the cost between online MBA. So tuition at top online MBA programs. Okay, we'll talk more about that, right? So there are some expensive programs for sure, right? Carnegie Mellon Temper, this is kind of one of the pioneers of the online programs, super high price point. But just go down the list. It's already going down to 88. You go down a little bit more, it's 60. Now you're in the 40s right here, right? It goes down quite drastically. So that's why there's this appeal of an online MBA portion from a cost perspective, because it's more attainable, right? People don't have, now it goes down to $20,000. And these are good programs, right? And they have good traditional MBA programs as well. For example, Temple University, Arizona State, University of Utah. These schools cost $100,000 for a traditional MBA, right? Go up the list a little bit more. They have really good programs here, good MBA, traditional MBA programs here too. So you'll get that, right, network and that professors that teach at that school, and just at a cheaper price point, typically. And of course, you can get it. You don't have to be on site, so you can do it at your comfort of your home. It's cheaper. You don't have to give up your job or that opportunity cost that I was talking about. And so that's why there's a huge appeal point. And this year, I believe, Emmy, the number of online students have now exceeded traditional MBAs. So a huge takeaway, right? The product of an online MBA is now known enough that there's actually more people doing an online MBA than a traditional MBA. And so it's the landscape has changed. The online MBA is more popular now than a traditional MBA. So that's an interesting point. So what do you learn in an online MBA, right? It's typically the same thing. The courses are the same. Professors are the same. And essentially, in terms of learning, everything is the same. The only difference you'll have, and I suppose this goes into more of a learning aspect of things, is perhaps the network you may be able to gain from your program, because there's a difference with an online MBA. Typically, those that are hoping to advance in their career by obtaining an MBA while working, that's the I guess the most appropriate demographic to pursue an online MBA. Those that can continue to work and also get an MBA so they can get promoted to work. So whereas a traditional MBA, this is the big difference. Traditional MBAs are more for career switchers, for those that are wanting to also advance into a company, perhaps a top consulting firm or financial firms, right? Those, if you want to go into those companies, that's why you go into traditional MBAs. If you want a specific network to work for a company that you want to work for after an MBA, and also the network portion. So that's right. That's the difference. So in terms of learning, everything is the same. Yeah. MBA requirement. Emmy, you are interested in pursuing an MBA. Tell me, what do you think is needed to pursue an MBA?
Yeah. So you mean for the application process?
Yeah, application process, everything. Let's talk about application, and then let's talk about preparation next.
Yeah. So regarding the application, the first resume and essay or an recommendation letter and transcripts. I think that's the main application documents.
Yep, exactly. And is it easy to prepare those? Is it easy to prepare those application points, the essays and the resumes?
Mhm.
It's not, right. It is not easy, actually. And
Yeah.
you've spoken with so many people that come to you, and those the free consultation chats that we do, people coming to us with help, like, hey, I want help prepare my resume. I want help prepare my essays. And there's so many of our clients come to us to seek additional professional support in that, because it's these MBA requirements, it's there for a reason, right? They want your resume for a reason. They want your essays for a reason. It's a business at the end of the day. Business schools, it's a business at the end of the day, and they want to make sure that they accept students, or they offer acceptance letters to students who have who has high potential, essentially, right? And also potential of impact that they could provide to the school. And the way to know that is through essays and resumes and interviews. And so it's really about the whole preparation process is all about how to create your story, right? Your which has to be justified through your career aspiration, right? Starting from your long-term goal to short-term goal, also your backup plan, and it has to be all be succinct as a one story to represent who you are, what you're all about, and really just to tell your story. That's what the MBA application is all about, right? And that's why the MBA business schools make it a requirement, because that's what they want to know. So, Amy, can you tell me how many clients has Alpha Advisor supported in the past? I came on to help around February or so, and I know the company has been on for about 14 years, right? Any
Mhm.
like any idea how many people, how many clients have we supported throughout the years?
Yeah, so we have now around 100 clients, including MBA and for other graduate schools and career support per month. So maybe throughout 14 years of our business, we supported around more than so
Yeah, more than
more than
10,000 easily.
10,000.
Sounds like if you're doing 100 people a month, all right,
Mhm.
new clients a month, then that's so we have this track record of supporting thousands, tens of thousands of clients um, be successful and preparing for their MBA application. So, and Amy, you've been a huge part of that. So, we'd love to hear your insight. Now, this is the interesting part. Um, and how to prepare for online MBA. Okay, this is actually the same, right? This is the preparation part that we were just talking about now. Um, Essentially, everything is the same. Okay, as well. However, okay, meaning GMAT or standardized test scores, resume, essays, right, interview, things like that. Those will be the same. However, the it is known that the average, for example, let's just say the average GPA, okay, is lower than a traditional MBA. So take the GMAT, for example. If the average GMAT score of a particular MBA program is, let's just say it's 700, and on average, okay, let's just say, you will find that the online MBA program portion will be about 620, right? It's lower, and it's typically lower on average. So that's something for you to check out as well. It's easy to check out. So that's another interesting point. Does it make it easy? No, it actually doesn't make it easy. It makes it more competitive, right? Because there will be more people. Oh, you know what? I have a GPA of XYZ. I have a GMAT or GRE of XYZ. I'm going to apply to this program. Whereas, right, if you don't have, whereas if you if you look at these other schools, like, oh, I don't have a 700 in GMAT, so I'm probably not even going to apply. That kind of thing starts happening. So what happens is that these online MBAs programs, they do have a lower average in terms of that. So it makes it more competitive, right? And like I said earlier, now the online MBA is is more popular than the traditional MBA now. So the competition is fierce and the competition is ripe. And preparation of that, fundamentally, while it's the same, the competition is higher in general. Okay. So when combining MBA with another grad degree makes sense. So online MBA, one of the unique things about online MBAs is that you have opportunities to do like dual degrees, sometimes even triple degrees, right? Of course, albeit if financial and emotional and physical, if you have the stamina and if you're able to do that. But that's the thing, right? You have the flexibility to do it at your own time, at your own leisure and pace, to get multiple degrees, to complete your to aid in your career aspirations, right? The most popular ones are MBA, combining that with a business analytics degree, right? That's the most popular one. It seems to be out these days. And I spoke a little bit during my "What is an MBA" video, but if you're pursuing, if you're trying to transform your aspiring role, the role that you want to get into post MBA, you want to make sure that it relates to that. You want to justify your reason for pursuing an XYZ degree to do that, because otherwise it's just not going to make sense, right? What makes sense is that, yeah, you know what? I want to become a a business analyst at one of the GAFA M firms. And so for me to do that, yes, getting an MBA is a must, yeah. But I think obtaining a business analytics degree will help me become that business analyst at one of the GAFA M companies. So it makes me more competitive in that sense. That's when it makes sense. Whereas getting a law degree when I'm applying for a business analyst role, it's not going to make sense, right? So it's quite simple as that. Now, although it's simple, is that it's hard because your interests may lie in different places, but we provide support to you, our clients, about that. We will go through that story. We go through your motivation, your story, your reasons for wanting to get a higher education, and we make sure we give you the advisory that you need to shape your career that way that's best for you. So now I'm just as wrapping up now, Emmy, in your experience, you've spoken with so many people and the free consultation. What do you think people come to you? What kind of questions people have when they come speak to you?
Yeah, one of the biggest concern for them is about career after graduation. So some people are wondering traditional MBA, so quit their job and go to the school abroad is more advantageous for their career, and also especially for Japanese applicant, and I think international applicant, they think in traditional MBA they can be more easily get their English skill. Yeah,
that's very true. Thanks, Emmy. And from what Emmy just said, you just really hit on the point. It's the product is different. The MBA product is so different. If you're an international student, right? It may make sense for you to get an online MBA if you're wanting to work in your own country, right? And just for the fact that you want the MBA degree. If you want to increase your English ability or capability, going into a school in the US makes more sense. So it's everything. It depends on what school you go to, what program you do. And so that's why people have so many questions and they come to us, and we help. And like Emmy said earlier, we've helped tens of thousands of students, clients in the past with one of the best track records in the world when it comes to acceptance rate. And so come chat with us. We have the free counseling session that we provide. And so come chat with us. Let us know what you're trying to do, what kind of help you're looking to get. And we'll be happy to see if we can work together and offer any of our advisory to help you win your MBA mission and win your dream job post MBA. Thank you very much. This was Eric and Emmy. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Thank you.